can't believe you lived in Japan for like 9 years.
I know. I actually planned to just stay for a year. But
wow.
It's just like living in Japan is always so interesting. Especially, I live in Tokyo, right? I just feel like every weekend I will go to the same place. But even if I go to the same place, I will always find something new.
Wow. Well, okay.
Every time, like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but like maybe. But even if we go to the same spot, there's always something interesting. I mean, you lived there for like a year, right? Although you lived in multiple places. I only live in Tokyo, so I can't really. I travel a lot to every part, like literally every part from north to south. But like, you live in multiple places.
Yeah,
not in your one year.
I basically missed out the south. If I lived in the south, and maybe Okinawa, then I could say, oh, I've lived in like most
every
parts, like every part of Japan. But no, I mostly was in north, and the most south I lived was Tokyo.
Tokyo, I guess, yeah.
So when I first moved there, I lived in Hokkaido. In a ski resort town, like Niseko area.
Yeah.
When I finished my work there, I then moved to Saitama. After 2 and a bit months there, I then moved back to Hokkaido. It was so
You just
hot.
love the vibe in Hokkaido, I guess. I'm a city girl. I have to live in the biggest city in the country. So
I liked living in Saitama as well. But I think the last place that I lived in Japan, Otaru, it's like a port town.
Yeah.
It's probably like, if I was to go back, that's somewhere I'd like to live because the vibes just fit me.
Just fit you.
You still get like the benefits of like good transport.
So it's not like countryside.
I don't have to contend with the fact that there's only like 7 buses a day, like I did in like the countryside.
Yeah.
But there's less crowds. But Otaru is kind of touristy as well, so actually during summer it gets really crowded as well. And I hear like so many different languages there. A lot of Korean and Mandarin. More than I hear Japanese actually during the summer.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, before we get on to too much of a tangent, just start talking about Japan like as a whole. I guess we're gonna like look at the things we miss about it, right?
Miss or we don't miss. Which one do you want to talk about first? The one we don't miss first, or the one we miss first?
I probably have more things that I miss.
That's true.
Is it the same for you?
It is the same for me. Maybe no, actually, because I lived there for a long time, right? So I feel like it's 50-50. That's probably why I moved out as well.
That's true, because I know there's a certain con for you that wasn't really a con for me because it's about work.
Yeah, it's different, right? Like because I worked there for like 5-6 years ish.
And that's one of your cons, right? It's work culture.
Yeah, because it's different for you, I guess, because you work for like is that a foreign company or a Japanese company?
So it's half Japanese, half Australian.
Okay, so it's not completely Japanese company, right?
So they also hire a lot of foreigners as well. So it's not the same. And then after I finished that, I was freelancing. So
so it's different for you and for me, because I went to school that's like Japanese school as well, and then I work at a Japanese company, like a very, very Japanese company, a very, not really traditional, I guess, because I feel like everyone there are pretty cool.
Okay.
Like it was very, very great. Like the environment is great. It's just like the working culture that I can't really, like no one can really, change that, right?
Yeah.
Overnight. So I guess that is just like the only thing that really the working culture.
What was it about the work culture? Because like
the long hours, did you not have that? I had to like,
I don't think my hours were as bad as yours.
Well, I had to like overtime for like every single day.
Yeah, I would overtime. But that's also because like working in a ski resort, it was just after COVID restrictions lifted, so our team was
it's different now, I guess,
was like
as well.
half the size of what they usually have, so we were all just picking up each other's slack basically. So I had that experience, but it wasn't because it was like, oh, you must stay until your manager leaves, kind of thing.
Oh my god! It was just
probably I ended up overtiming half the time because I was like, oh, I don't want to leave them in a lurch. I remember my front desk buddy would be like, you finish your shift now, Katy, it's fine, you can go. And I'm like, okay, cool, cheers, thanks for being here, thanks for reminding me that I can leave, I don't need to overtime.
I don't think I can do, I cannot do that, because like, I mean, I guess like when everyone is still working there, I don't even know if they're actually working or like just like sitting and waiting for something, but like if they're all still there, I don't think I can just be like, okay, bye. I don't think, right? Like, no, seriously, no, but I like one point I remember this, I'm probably gonna remember this forever, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired, I want to go back home. So I finished everything, and then I asked my senpai, or my senior, okay, I already finished this. I mean, I didn't like, can I go back home? No, I didn't say that, right? And it's just like, so look at the time, and then she told me, oh, okay, it's still 9 o'clock. It's still quite early to go back home.
I'm sorry,
right?
Is this 9 p.m.?
9 p.m. Oh, not, obviously not 9 in the morning. Gosh. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, can you like ask other team if they have like something for you? So I still stayed until the last train that day.
Oh my god.
Like I was like just helping other team doing something that is not even due or anything. It's probably like for another 2 or 3 months.
And I can vouch that the last train is probably like the equivalent of like the 5-6 p.m. trains in London. Yeah, because I got on the last train in Tokyo.
Oh,
like literally in my first week there, I remember like when we were hanging out, and then I got on the last train, and it was so rammed full of people, and I was so confused. But then I quickly realized, I was like, all these people are in like business gear.
Come on.
And I was like, oh wait, this is their rush hour train.
Yeah, that is the rush hour train. That is crazy. That is also one of the things I really don't like. It's like the last train, because obviously I have to commute, and the last train commute is especially on Friday when everyone's like drunk. Oh my god, it's so terrible, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
What, do you have anything like something that you don't like from Japan? Living there, not from Japan, like living in Japan.
Mostly just the administration side of things. Like, so obviously we already said that I lived in like 3 different places. And basically when you're there, you obviously have to register, deregister. I'm sure even when you moved around Tokyo, you had to
even if you like, even within Tokyo, you still have to
deregister, unregister, I don't know, but like that was the thing, and you have to go in person to whichever city hall, town hall.
You can't do it online.
And sometimes you gotta make sure it's like the correct, you gotta make sure it's actually even the correct hall, because I think when I was in Saitama, I lived in a place called Warabi, but the Warabi town hall was not in fact where I needed to register. It was another place, but it literally just fallen out of my brain. So I would have to like take the bus for 20 minutes much further away to like register my address. But that, I just think the administration side of things is
it's because everything, you have to do everything manually, right? Like here, you have to do the same thing, but you can literally just phone them or just like do it online.
Yeah,
you can't really do that in Japan.
Digitalized.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like, you know, Japan's supposed to be like this. We're supposed to like live in the future, like in Japan, right?
Yeah,
but everything is so backwards.
Isn't that why they always have the memes about like, oh, we have high-speed bullet trains, and
you still use fax machine?
That one.
Why?
People always make jokes like that, but it's true. They still have like fax numbers and things.
I have to fax some stuff, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. Can you like teach me how to fax things?
It's funny because I vaguely remember how to use a fax machine from like primary school, because I used to do.
I don't remember how to do like fax. Like
that is so funny.
That is really, really funny, and everything have to be in person. It's like, even like, okay, you have to like make CV, like handwritten CV.
Oh my god, yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah, like, oh my god, I was like,
I don't know. I don't think I'd ever finish my CV, because I'll be like, oh, my handwriting doesn't look good in this one word.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just have to keep doing it over and over, because literally I had like a lesson just to do that in Japan. like at my school.
I guess that's why they had a lesson, because it's so particular.
Yeah, because you have to have like a very, really nice, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god, okay, let's talk more positive.
Okay, let's talk about positive ones.
Overall, my experience in Japan was
positive,
really,
right?
Yeah, it was really good. Like I had a lot of new experiences, saw lots of new things, and because I mean, when I first wanted to go to Japan, I was applying to go through a different route actually, but that again, I'm always talking about stories for another time.
I mean, we can talk about that actually, like later.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both had interesting journeys to get there anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, like when I got there, it's just, you know, I mainly went because I was like, I want to improve my Japanese. I want to speak Japanese, but then I didn't get to speak Japanese a lot in the first like 5 months.
You work for like.
I mean, I say that, but I often got delegated like Japanese because everyone on my team knew I was there to learn Japanese and not to snowboard, by the way. This was a question that they asked me on the first day. Like everyone had to answer, and people were like, oh yeah, I'm here to ski, I'm here to board, I'm here for the powder snow. They got to me, I was like, I'm here to learn Japanese. And that definitely people thinking you came to a ski resort full of foreigners to do that. I literally spoke every language I knew while working there because I worked like hotel front desk.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so, I don't know, I have a lot of positives. I think like one of the first things in my head has to be convenience stores. Even if
oh my god,
I miss them so much. Even if you live in the countryside, there's gonna be one there.
Why don't they have one everywhere else? Seriously. I mean, I guess Korea have like lots of convenience stores, but I mean here you don't even have that, right? Like the 24 hours,
like
24 hours
and stuff in US, right?
Yeah, but not here though. You don't really have.
Because it's common in like Asia, I guess, to have these, because I know
that's true. I guess Indonesia also have it. It's just obviously not like 7-Eleven or anything. It's like more like just like local, like a mini supermarket. That's what we call it, mini market, like a local mini market thing.
But it's still like a similar setup to a convenience store.
It is similar.
Right?
It's rare that it's like 24 hours though, I think. Or maybe like some part they have like 24 hours. The good thing about it is like the one in Japan is like 24 hours. And it's like literally everywhere. So you can just be at 3 a.m. I can be like at 3 a.m. and be like, oh, I feel like some red bean or like something like mochi or something. I can just go downstairs, literally just go downstairs, walk for 1 minute, and then eat whatever I want.
Yeah, and it's not even just like the food in the convenience store. It's literally
everything you need.
It actually lives up to its name, convenience store. You know, you need clothes. You can get clothes there too. Need some manga.
You need detergent.
Got it there.
Yeah, whatever you need.
You
like
need some household essentials.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it too.
You need to like email someone like.
Oh yeah,
you can do the photocopier machine.
Oh my god, the printer.
Yeah, that as well.
I miss that so much. I mean, I have a printer like at home in England, so that's fine. But like traveling out, or like where I lived at uni, and I was like, oh, I didn't take my printer with me. But I had like the library printer.
That is so convenient, I know.
Right, but if I live somewhere else in the UK and I haven't taken my printer with me, I just don't have an option, right?
Oh, it's so ridiculous. You can't like just like do that at like convenience store in Japan. So yeah, obviously that's why they call it convenience store, right?
I mean, we don't really have an equivalent in the UK. We have like corner shops and stuff.
But it's different.
And usually you could get like snacks. And
it's not 24 hours, come on. There's no such thing as 24 hours shops here. It's very rare.
The convenience stores in London are mostly so you can top up your Oyster card.
I don't even use the Oyster card anymore. That's the funny thing. Yeah. But to me, I think what I really, really love about Japan, the 9 years I lived there, is like the safety part. Like literally I can just go out at whenever and come back at whatever time I want. So it's like I want to go like at 5 a.m. I can just go at 5 a.m. out, and then I want to go back like at really late at 3 a.m. I can just go back alone. I always feel obviously it's some part of Tokyo, it's not like as safe as the other part, but like most of the parts, if you just walk around the Tokyo, because it's always so bright and everything as well there anywhere, so it's always, it feels really safe. I remember like just like walking from Shinjuku to where I live in Kachiroki, and that's going to take like 2 hours ish, and we just feel safe. And you know, like you don't have that
2
here.
hours in the dark.
I don't even want to, like in London, I'll be like, oh, the sun is setting. I am going to be at home.
Well, it's a good thing that the UK has British summertime where the
That
sun
is
doesn't set
true.
until like
Yeah.
9.
Can you
10
imagine?
p.m.
Like, oh my God. Because
Imagine we are like if the UK was always dark at like 4 p.m.
oh, I am not going to leave the house ever. Because like in Japan, obviously the sunset's always like quite almost the same time anyway.
Yeah, it
Probably like
doesn't
1
change too
hour,
much, I think.
2 hours, like
Yeah.
different. But like here, obviously, there's like some part that's like 10 p.m. and it's still very bright. So I love the summer here. I do
Yeah.
not like the summer in Japan.
Oh, it's really hot.
It is really, really hot.
I guess that's like that's what I don't miss is the summer in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, actually, that being said, at least in Tokyo there was air conditioning because I
is
moved to
true.
Hokkaido in the start of July.
Mm-hmm.
And well, Hokkaido is built for the cold, not for the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you telling me like, oh, you know, we used to go to Hokkaido in the summer because it's
to
cooler.
escape.
I remember walking along the canal and they have like this giant thermometer that tells you the temperature and it was like 35 degrees.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
you lied.
Maybe it's because I thought, I don't know. I feel like I went to Sapporo and it's only like 12 degrees or like 20 or something. in
Okay,
summer.
but if Otaru is 35, Sapporo is probably not doing much better.
Okay.
Just telling you that now.
Okay, I don't know. I need to
I know
update
that,
my
I know
thing.
that for you it was definitely cooler, but you know, I think the climate is changing a bit. So yeah, it was really hot and I did not have aircon where I live.
Oh
I had
my
a
God.
heater.
Wait, you don't have aircon in your
There's no
apartment?
aircon.
in
I just had a
Japan?
fan. There's no aircon.
Oh my God.
Most of the places I stayed in Hokkaido don't have aircon unless you stay in like a hotel or something.
The summer must
But
be so
Otaru is
terrible.
prepped for the snow.
Oh, that's true.
You know, they've got
That is true.
nice big heaters and they've got the
Yeah.
snow shovels. I mean, maybe it's changing now, but at least
Hmm.
where I was staying, both in the place I worked, because I would travel back there where my partner was staying, and they also didn't have aircon in their room. And I'd remember just like sitting in the room and like the sound of like the cicadas outside and just like sweat dripping off my forehead. So yeah, don't miss that summer heat, I have to say.
I seriously like Japanese summer is the worst. That's why I like
But
the summer here
Indonesia's
more.
hot, right?
Yeah, but Indonesia is like just it's going to be hot all year long.
Yeah.
So it's different. Like in Japan, it's like the summer is so I don't know why. The summer is just terrible there. It's more terrible than in Indonesia. Probably because more like in Japan, I walk everywhere and stuff, right? In Indonesia, I just drive everywhere. So it's kind of
That's true. And you have aircon in your
So it's kind of
car.
like, it's different.
Oh my
But
gosh.
should we talk about food? I mean, I guess the food topic can be like the whole other
we
topic
could just
as well.
spend a whole episode talking about
Yeah,
Japanese
but like
food,
Japanese food, oh
but-
my God.
Oh my god, yes, it's definitely something I miss a lot.
And
Because like sushi, okay. I don't think I was a big sushi girl before. Like I like sushi, but it wasn't something that I ate super often when I was
But
in
you hear
England.
probably because
it's
the safety
expensive.
requirement. Oh, I
And
thought it's
also I'm
safety
a bit
reason.
iffy about raw fish sometimes. But in Japan I was just like, yes, I trust you. Yeah. I was like, 100 yen sushi, give it to me. But if sushi is cheap in England, I'm like, I don't trust it.
No, what I actually really like as well about Japan is like you can get like a very, very cheap but very, very good food there.
Yeah.
Not like here. You have
Even
to pay quite a
convenience
lot.
store food is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
You know?
It's not like something you can have here. I guess in Indonesia as well, but everything in Indonesia is quite cheap anyway, right? Like, but in Japan, I feel like I didn't really, because I was really, really busy working there. I didn't really cook. I cook very rarely in Japan, but it was fine because I feel like even if you buy your food every day there, because you can just buy like gyudon for like 300 yen
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh.
You cannot do that here. You have to cook especially
Cooking
because
is
I don't really
usually
you save money
cheaper.
a lot from
Yeah.
cooking here. You don't really do that. You don't save a lot of money in Japan. So
Yeah.
I didn't really
I
cook
mean,
that.
especially in London, like I go out and have one meal, and that's like the cost of my grocery shop for the week.
Exactly.
So,
And it
I
doesn't
get it.
taste that much better.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. If you're a good cook, maybe. I'm a cook to survive type person. You know, I think the things I cook that I can cook taste pretty good, but I don't particularly like spending my time cooking.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's the difference, right? But I mean, I like cooking because I feel like here it saves so much money and it tastes so much better.
Yeah, maybe like an insult to Japanese food when I say, I like to cook Japanese food, and like I don't think the Japanese food I would make is better than the like Japanese food I'd get if I went out in London.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
So
yeah, but like the food there is just, and then they have like this cute theme cafes and restaurants.
Yes,
oh
like
my god,
anime cafes as well. We don't really get those here.
We don't know.
If we did, it would be really, really expensive as well.
Like last time I went, there's like this Detective Conan thing, like cafes.
Yeah, I went to one with.
Yeah,
with my
I think I
as
sent you the photos as well. Like they have like cakes and stuff, and I was like, oh,
it was really good. The theming for the Detective Conan ones are usually really good. Oh, I can't wait to go back to Japan.
I know. I really can't wait to go back to Japan again as well. So, do you have plan to go back to Japan?
Yeah, maybe at the end of this year.
Oh, exciting.
I can't. You know what? The thing I miss most is probably onsen. Like, even now.
Oh my god. Onsen, yes.
Sometimes I just have a migraine. Sometimes I'm just not feeling my best. But like, if there was just an onsen nearby, I could go and just soak for an hour, and I feel like all my worries just melt away. I think maybe the number one thing I miss most about Japan is onsen.
Yes, onsen, like in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
That is like the best time to go to onsen, right?
When it was snowing. Like,
yeah, I know. Oh my god, onsen. Yeah, that is like probably the same with me. I also cannot wait to go to Japan just for the onsen experience.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for watching.
Or listening.